Is Tyreek Hill's career over? How many major obstacles does Tyreek Hill have to overcome before even returning to the NFL is an option? It's not one. It's not even two. He's got multiple major obstacles that he's going to have to overcome before even thinking about returning to the NFL. And stick around till the end, because the last one may very well end it all. We broke it here first, over a week before the NFL interrupted the fourth quarter game-winning drive at the end of the game to update you on the Tyreek Hill news that we had broken 8 days earlier. Tyreek Hill's soon-to-be ex-wife had filed home hurting charges. Sorry, we have to be careful about how we announce certain words here on YouTube. 8 different charges to be exact. These were filed by his soon-to-be ex-wife, who he was married to only 18 months before divorce papers were filed. Again, remember, these are only allegations, but Tyreek does have a history of these charges, including pleading guilty in the past. And on that note, as is normal when you have serious legal obligations, that is usually accompanied by a fine and a suspension by the NFL. Again, at this time, these are only allegations, and we shouldn't be jumping the gun. Multiple cases have happened where people have been accused of serious crimes and they have been found innocent. But Tyreek does have a history of these allegations. And the big problem we are about to discuss next is this could put an even bigger complication in his return that most of you probably won't even think of. So stay tuned, because this could affect his final return even after everything else is cleared up. Just want to make a quick note. We just recently reached our 100 subscriber mark. We appreciate every single one of you, and every subscriber, every like, every comment means a lot to us. We respond to every single comment. We truly appreciate every single subscriber. So make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications to be the first to be notified when up-to-the-date NFL and Major League Baseball news is released. And again, thank you, every single subscriber. We greatly and truly appreciate you. The last reason, and what is the major reason right now, is Tyreek Hill injury diagnosis. Tyreek didn't just get a major injury. He didn't just tear a muscle. In the Week 4 game on Monday night against the struggling New York Jets, where the Dolphins finally got their first win of the season, Tyreek Hill dislocated his knee. While being tackled along the sideline by defensive back Malachi Moore, Hill's leg twisted at an unnatural angle. He was immediately carted off the field for evaluation while he was waving to the crowd. He has been officially diagnosed with a dislocated knee and has multiple torn ligaments in his knee. He is expected to receive surgery immediately. We believe today. It could possibly turn into reconstructive surgery if the injury is bad enough. It's to the point where it's going to be hard to tell until they actually get in there and see how extensive the damage is. So how is this still not the worst part? His last game was the first game in over a year where he had a single reception over 30 yards. It was also his first touchdown of the season. He has a history of complaining. He benched himself in the middle of a game at the end of last season. He's repeatedly asked for a trade and been at odds with the Dolphins. And he also seems to have a history of doing this. Every time he struggles, blames the team, blames the quarterback, takes the money, but then wants a trade. And even after recovering from this serious injury, there's a very good chance, due to the injury, he's probably not going to be as quick. He might not be as capable. And he's also going to be past his prime at 32. But let's say somehow this entire pile of issues is overcome and he still manages to make a comeback. What could still hold up his return after all of this? It will be over a year before he is able to return. That gives the courts plenty of time to completely hash out and find a final ruling for all of these new court allegations. And in case you haven't noticed, the NFL is trying to clean up its image. It's turning out the highest fines and suspensions for both on the field and off the field issues, and they are getting tired of off the field issues, especially serious ones. And when you rack up a history and are found guilty multiple times, there are other things on top of this. There are recordings. How's about when he was pulled over for careless driving and arrested for resisting arrest? Again, those charges were dropped, but when you just keep piling charges on top of charges on top of charges, you begin to show a history. And this is what teams and the NFL are trying to get away from. So with this history piling up, there is a good chance that they could suspend Tyreek Hill and either wait to make the determination until he's ready to come back, or they could make it to make an example out of him. Because again, the NFL is trying to clean up its image and is trying to make examples that you cannot keep repeatedly doing things and they're not going to tolerate it. That they could hold his suspension until he's ready to return, which already could be over a year. When you are fortunate enough to have the natural abilities to be one of the few people that are able to make a living off of competing in professional sports, you have an image to uphold. I was a veteran for over 20 years. We couldn't smoke pot. We couldn't get in trouble. So I know what that's like. You know, when I was in high school and I was signed up for the military, I was at parties where they were smoking pot. I had a higher standard that I had to stick to, not only in high school, but my entire military career. And if I broke those rules, we could lose it. I remember seeing high-ranking people lose everything and get discharged over smoking a marijuana cigarette. This isn't just for athletes. When you get opportunities that are given to you that aren't given to other people, you need to uphold a higher standard. The NFL is trying to clean up its image, and they aren't tolerating stuff anymore. The fines are starting to increase, the suspensions are starting to increase, and people are going to have to learn that you need to uphold those higher standards. Children look up to you. People look up to you. Now again, do not make the determination until after all the allegations are settled in court. But Rashee Rice, Henry Ruggs, there's multiple cases where these young guys need to look at their future and determine what's more important. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you on the next one.